Welcome everyone to Winning in the Shadows. Andy and Jim are breaking down UFC Noche main event. Diego Lopes, Gene Silva, and Jim, star-studded Noche event. Nothing says Noche like a Gastelum versus Stoltzfus main card. Um, uh,
This is
I'm
why you
sorry.
don't go as big as they did, because you can't go back.
I'm sorry. They dropped the ball on this one. This is a pretty lame Noche card. We're here to break down all the fights, and we're going to start with the main event. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit the like button, helps us out with the algorithm, and leave us a comment. Tell us your best bet. But let's start with Diego Lopes and Silva. Hey, listen, we're on the record. We're big fans of Fighting Nerds. Their stock took a little drop. Diego Lopes, Gene Silva. It's an interesting matchup, and can I just say I'm just not sold on Diego Lopes just yet. I'm not quite there. What about you?
I'm going to keep this short. I'm terrified because of the Fighting Nerds fall, but I think that's being a little hyped up. They were bound to lose. I think Gene Silva's going to kick the ever-loving shit out of Diego Lopes.
Oh, you're going okay. So
Yeah, I'm going.
You're going all in on this. Okay.
The bottom line is that Lopez's striking is poor. It's violent. It's a flurry. It's a firefight, and you can't get into a firefight with Gene Silva. He hits too goddamn hard. I've heard that Lopes is going all in on the wrestling. That's great, but Lopes hasn't gone all in on the wrestling in a fight yet. So I don't know if this is the time to say I'm all. Now, if he doesn't and he stands with, I get it. You don't want to stand with Silva, but I think Silva's just on another level. Bottom line is he's been the most impressive of the Fighting Nerds. Kaio's our boy, but he was, scooting by. I have a real hard time seeing them go 0-3.
He was terrible against Imavov. I'll just say it.
Horrible.
He was horrible.
Horrible game plan. Bad, terrible. Ruffy had one job, couldn't do it. Again, poor. I think that this matchup is way easier than those other two matchups for those guys. So I'm going with Gene Silva, and do not be surprised if it ends in a finish, because it is a Gene Silva fight.
Weirdly enough, I actually think Lopez's better performances were his losses. Remember his debut against Evloev? He was great. It was like, wow, who is this guy? All right, takes out Gavin Tucker, whatever. Pat Sabatini, whatever. Youssef, win looked amazing in the moment, but with Youssef, whatever. Ige took that on literally 6 hours' notice, and it was a glorified little sparring session. How good is this win against Brian Ortega? Now that
Brian Ortega's not good, man.
Yeah, Brian Ortega's not good, and then he loses to Volk. I think he looked better against Volk than he did against Ige and Ortega, but he still lost. The potential's there, but I'm just not quite sold on Diego Lopes. I'm with you. His striking has its moments, but against bad competition, it works, and against better competition, it struggles. And Gene Silva's better competition. Something different about Gene Silva. I was worried about him. I didn't like the how he smiles during fight, like buddy, and guess what? I'm over that. I need to be over that. Mm-hmm. That's not a thing anymore. This guy nukes guys. If this turns into a firefight, I'm all in on Silva. Lopes, if he gets the wrestling and gets on the ground, it could do good work. But Gene Silva showed his chops against Bryce Mitchell. I'm with you. It's Silva or nothing on this one. I'm just not there on Diego Lopes. I like him. I just don't love him. I think he's good. I don't know if he's great. And Gene Silva, I think, has the higher upside. So we'll go with Gene Silva on that one. Rob Font, David Martinez. We're going to come back to David Martinez when we get down to my favorite fight of the night in the backwards math equation. Where do you stand on Rob Font, David Martinez? Martinez moving up to the co-main. Rob Font, who we've had a pretty good read on, man. Mm-hmm. You and I have done a pretty good job. Like, we predicted him to win against Kyler Phillips. I was on him against Matsumoto. He's tricky. He's tricky, but boy, David Martinez is a badass. Where do you stand on this fight?
Well, the big question for me is can Martinez maintain for 3 rounds? That's the ultimate question in this fight. If Martinez can maintain for 3 rounds against Rob Font, then he's going to run away with this fight. Rob's going to be so down on points. Rob Font, notoriously hard to be finished. So even though Martinez is a killer with some ridiculous techniques, I don't know if he's going to be able to maintain that for 3 rounds if Font just walks through. That being said, I expect Font to be wearing the damage quite badly at that point in round 3, and then it's just a matter of Martinez hanging on. So I think the flashy pick in this is Martinez by finish. I'm leaning Martinez by decision. I think he is going to batter Rob in the beginning of the round. His kicks are so good. His distance management is good. Rob Font's not going to threaten him with any kind of wrestling or anything like that. Rob is primarily a boxer, so it's 2 weapons against 4. I'm going to take the guy with 4 weapons. It's really that simple. Younger fighter, everything points to Martinez in this spot. Rob Font's great, but it's got to be against the right matchup for me to put my money on Rob, i.e. Kyler Phillips.
I think they were setting Rob up for a loss on Noche, giving him Raul Rosas Jr. It was like, what can Rob Font not do? I know. Get block takedowns and, wrestle on the ground. Let's give him Rosas. So Rosas pulls out and he gets Martinez. I won't be betting this one, but it's an ever so slight lean to Martinez. I'm not going to count Rob Font out just because he's game, man. He's 38 years old, but he ain't done. He's got a lot of miles left. I think we're going to see Rob Font for a while, but you touched on it. He does not wear damage good at this point. Like, when he gets hit, everybody knows it. You can just see it. And if you got close rounds with Font and Martinez and you're looking, going, well, who won the damage? Martinez may win a round just because Rob is his eyes black, he's bleeding or something. Like, literally one round could just be because of what happens to Rob Font's face. So
if Martinez invests early in the low kicks, Font's a dead man walking. Like, if he can take the footwork of Rob Font away, it's going to be Martinez. Like, I will if he shows me commitment to the leg kicks in round 1, I'm live betting Martinez, and I'm live betting Martinez heavy.
Okay. Jared Gordon and Rafa Garcia. I don't want to bet on either one of these guys. I have no opinion on this, but because it's a show, I'm going to ask you what you think of this fight, and I'm going to add absolutely no value to this conversation whatsoever.
Well, I want to bet on this fight, and I want to bet on Jared Gooden. I don't think Rafa Garcia is that good, man. I really don't. I don't think this man is that good.
Oh, come on. He just beat Vince Beachel. Come on.
I mean, it's a question to me if he's even UFC level. It really
Wow.
is. Well, let's think about this. Let's go down here. Look at his wins. A 40-year-old Clay Guida, who was, I believe, cut after that. Or maybe he fought one more time.
He fought a couple of times.
Vince Michel retired, or was cut as well. He's not in the UFC anymore. Another 40-year-old. Mahashate.
Yep.
Okay. Loses to Drakkar Close, and that was the way back for Drakkar Close. Jesse Ronson.
Post-roids Jesse Ronson.
Levy,
yeah, it's pretty bad.
To Chris Walker. Come on, man. It's just a poor level of competition and poor results. And Jared Gordon, to all his faults, ever since that Paddy Pimblett fight, has been impressive. Really has. He's been impressive.
Hey, did you know that a lot of people think that he won that fight? Did you know that? They only bring that up every single time that they mention Paddy Pimblett or Jared Gordon. They only bring that up. What 3 years ago?
It goes right from the Paddy Pimblett was a win, and King Green, he was doing good till King Green headbutted him.
That's the story of Jared. It's going to be on the tombstone of Jared Gordon. He beat Paddy.
What if?
Yeah.
The what if. I mean, losing to Grant Dawson, Grant Dawson, we love Grant Dawson. Gordon's hands have been looking good. I'm not just talking about the power, the combinations, and just Rafa Garcia is just mid to me. I like Gordon in this matchup. I think he gets a showcase win here.
All right. Like I said, I offer nothing of value on that one. So we move on to Kelvin Gastelum and Dustin Stoltzfus. No UFC Noche card would be without a Dustin Stoltzfus fight on the main card.
The Mexican heritage of Dustin Stoltzfus, right?
I mean, there's a Z and there's a Z followed by an F. in this name. So Stoltzfus is an interesting one because immediately you're like, Stoltzfus, whatever. But he's alternating wins and losses. He's beaten Grant, Soriano, and Marc-Andre Barrios. The Soriano win, take that with a grain of salt because that was old Soriano and he wasn't that good. Dwight Grant stinks, and Marc-Andre Barrios decided he would get into a firefight. Other than that, Stoltzfus is losing to Ruzaboyev, getting knocked out by Bruno Ferreira and Abis. Gastelum gets his ass kicked for 3 rounds by Joe Pyfer. Wasn't Joe Pyfer injured? Wasn't Joe Pyfer like hurt himself?
Joe Pyfer says a lot of shit.
He does say a lot of stuff. He does say a lot of stuff.
Pyfer says.
I think this fight stinks. I'm taking the over. I take the fight not to go the distance. That's the only way I'm playing this fight. What do you think?
Love what you said about fight doesn't go the distance. Stoltzfus will make mistakes. He made a mistake in round 3 when he was beating the shit out of Meerschaert.
Meerschaert, yeah.
He was kicking Meerschaert's ass. And I remember I had a bet on Meerschaert by subbing that, and I could not believe that cashed. That was the gift of all gifts. He struggles with long, rangy guys. So what's the path of victory for Stoltzfus? He's not knocking out Kelvin.
Nope.
He's not submitting Kelvin.
Nope.
Is he wrestling Kelvin for 3 rounds?
No.
I seriously doubt it.
Absolutely
Seriously.
not. No chance.
That's the most likely, and I still think it's extremely slim. I believe at some point Stoltzfus is going to make a mistake, and I agree. I think Kelvin puts him out. I think we're going to see a finish for Kelvin Gastelum. Now, what is the rule? What Kelvin Gastelum fights? If you've been watching us for a while, you know the rules, guys. We don't bet this fight until weigh-ins. You cannot bet this fight until weigh-ins if you're picking Kelvin Gastelum, because you don't know if he's going to eat 3 dozen tacos in the morning and miss weight, even if it's at a catch weight. Even if it's a last-minute weight change, he'll miss weight again. So until these guys actually face off and the fight is official, you do not touch this side with your own money. You can play the under, though. I like the under as a bet. That's my favorite bet in it.
Yeah, it's just Stoltzfus making a mistake.
Yep.
And maybe it's just Gastelum by finish. It's hard to take a Gastelum by finish prop because this guy just goes the distance. But if ever there was a fight where he could get the finish, it's Stoltzfus doing something stupid. So I don't think that's an actual prop. Stoltzfus do something stupid, but if there was, it'd be minus 600. So our boy Alexander Hernandez, who cost us a lot of money when he nuked our boy Chase, going up against the KG veteran Diego Ferreira. I don't know, man. What do you think? I struggle with this one because I have my feelings are hurt, and I find Alexander Hernandez really tough to bet on or bet against. What are you doing with this one?
Well, did you see anything from Hernandez in the Hooper fight to tell you that he's made improvements?
I saw Chase Hooper fight like a complete moron. That's what I saw. I didn't see Hernandez do anything amazing. I saw Chase Hooper go against his own game plan and walk right into Alexander Hernandez's strengths. And it was an early finish, thank God, because Alexander Hernandez gasses. Quick turnaround, man. This is a pretty quick turnaround for him.
Sir.
So, what do you think?
I didn't see any improvements. I
Okay.
saw the round 1 Hernandez, which we always see in round 1. The real shame about the Hooper fight is we didn't get to see it extended, because that's where we thought Chase would take over.
Absolutely.
I thought round 1 would be, tough. Diego Ferreira is not going to let this man breathe. He's not going to sit back like Hooper did and pitter-patter at range. Diego is going to make this a fight. So we still haven't learned anything about Hernandez, the new Hernandez, as far as his willingness to go through a war. When you see Mateus Rembecki on somebody's record, you know he's ready for a war.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because Rebecki's going to make it a war. Getting washed by Grant Dawson, again, no shame. That's what Grant does. It puts Michael Johnson out. Michael Johnson's on a bit of a win streak here, fellas. So let's think about these losses. The other thing we have to say with all these 40-year-old fighters is you have to wait till weigh-ins and see the doctors, see what kind of shape they're in.
The special vitamins? Do we have a special vitamin theory? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we're 40, right? if Diego looks like he's 40, we're betting Diego Ferreira. What terrifies me is he is the sexy underdog. Everybody loves Diego Ferreira. So let's see what this line does. I am picking him. I haven't bet it yet. I will wait till weigh-ins to pick a side, but he should have the skill set to beat Alexander Hernandez, even at his older age.
I like Diego Ferreira's striking. I'm with you. You get in Hernandez's face, you can fluster him, you can make him make mistakes, and that's where Ferreira thrives. So I'll go with you on that one. So all right, my backwards math: Santiago Luna and Kang Lee. Jim was fascinated by why I love Lee here. So let's start with Lee here. Let's go back to his UFC debut. He saves a fight against Chris Gutierrez, comes on very, very short notice, loses a decision. That was easily predictable. Loses to Long Zhao, but he gets knocked out in the third round. He really dog walks Bolaños. Bolaños is not good. Like make no, but Bolaños is a grown man, right? And he wrestled him, had enough cardio to get it to the second round where he got the submission. Okay. So let's take a look at what happens here with David Martinez. Why does David Martinez pop up on the radar here? Well, David Martinez is supposed to fight Carlos Vera on this card. Well, Carlos Vera's out. Kang Lee does it again. Comes in, says, "I'll fight David Martinez." So now this is not one, but two times that Lee has done UFC a solid. And what does UFC do? They take David Martinez and put him in the co-main when Rob Font's opponent drops out.
I love this take, by the way. I just love this take. Keep going.
So now you're Lee and you're going, wait a minute. I saved your ass against Chris Gutierrez. I saved your ass on David Martinez. Now you're taking away David Martinez. Help me out. And they go, okay. You get to fight a child. You get to fight 21-year-old Santiago Luna, who is coming off of a win over a guy who is 4-6 at Tough Enough 144. This checks a lot of boxes, Jim. Lee gets an opponent. They get a Mexican fighter to put on the Noche card. You get a prospect that's really young, but you give him 4 fights. This is just this is the best of both worlds.
It's kind of win-win all around. Yeah.
I expected Lee to be minus 300, and I see he's the underdog. Kang Lee, who can wrestle, and I know Asian wrestlers are terrifying. This guy can actually wrestle and submit. All he has to do is not get knocked out by a 21-year-old, and he's going to wrestle this guy to the ground. I've watched this guy's fights. He can't wrestle, not the way Lee does. Lee at plus money is my favorite pick. And spoiler, when we get to woulda, coulda, shoulda, this is going to be my woulda, coulda, shoulda, because you do the backwards math, and this all sets up for Lee to do well in this one. Am I crazy?
You're not crazy.
Am I
not crazy one bit. And I'm not even going to taint your breakdown with an opinion. Okay? I'm not even going to say anything about that. What I will say about this fight, this is my second favorite fight doesn't go the distance. Because either
it's a great
we're
point.
Dead right, and he's going to end up on his ass quickly. The lights are going to be too bright. You're going to see that adrenaline dump of the 21-year-olds, which we've seen over and over and over again. Or he's going to just blast Lee.
He's going to blast Lee into next week.
Right? It's just going to blast Lee into next week. This fight not to go, one of my favorite bets on the card. Somebody looks like a horse's ass in this fight.
It could be me. I could look like a lunatic if Luna knocks out Lee.
You're not in the cage.
I'm just telling you, don't be surprised if Lee is on this guy's back or in full mount when he wrestles him to the ground in the first round. This fight, the odds make no sense to me. Absolutely no sense to me. So
when you scroll down a UFC card and you see somebody where it just says unranked, not keep him unranked, not South American ranked 50th, North, there's all these different regions. He's just unranked, like he doesn't exist, like a creative fighter.
Old enough to drink, barely. Like one of those deals. All right, well, let's move on to Jose Medina Dusko Todorovic. Is this your favorite fight to not go the distance? I don't think it is.
No,
but,
it's not. It's
I
definitely
didn't think so. All right, what's your take? Jose Medina and Dusko.
I would love to say it's a fight doesn't go the distance, but you have one guy with a cement brick for a head. The problem is that he's got no offensive capabilities.
It's a great
to
point.
end it. So
it's
he
a
is
problem.
the Homer Simpson of the UFC. Is what he is. He's the Homer Simpson. He's going to walk forward and eat punches, but I don't know what's coming back the other way is enough to end a fight. I will flat out just say this. There is no way in hell I am betting on Dusko Todorovic. It's just not happening, ever. I don't know if there's a matchup you could give me where I'm betting on Dusko Todorovic. His two wins are Jordan Wright and Maki Pitolo. Love Jordan Wright. Made a lot of money on him. You should get that win. Okay? I mean, this is bottom of the barrel. This is Dusko on his way out. You know, I know he lost a decision to Reese. It's like, oh, he went the distance.
It was a terrible fight.
That's great. Zach
awful
Reese fought
fight.
like a bonehead. He didn't have the card. It was a bad fight. And we'll get to Zach Reese in a minute. It's Medina or nothing. This number on Medina is staring me in the face, and I haven't bet it. I could just see Dusko punching himself out.
I agree.
And then he's toast. And next thing you know, he's on his back with Medina on top of him and just has nothing left. So it's Medina or bust for me.
I'm with you 100% because Dusko's not going to knock out Medina. Medina got knocked out by Garcia, who's, pretty much he's an animal. It's just he's a monster. Other than that, you're not knocking this guy out. Dusko's not knocking him out. So we know we're going to get 3 rounds out of Dusko, and Medina's going to throw wild. And Dusko, not exactly known for his durability, and it's only going to take one Jose Medina shot. Jose Medina will walk, at this point, after getting that ridiculous contract from Contender Series. You know how Dana gives out 2 contracts in one fight on Contender Series? Could he cut both these guys after this fight if this fight sucks?
This is the feel-good story. I think this is the feel-good moment of the night.
Oh, my
God. I really honestly do. I think Medina is going to get this win, and Dana's going to say, I told you so.
You're right, because Dana's planted his flag. He goes, see, I told you. If ever there was a fight
Noche.
Medina could win, it's Todorovic. Yeah.
This is it. I mean, who's worse? Who else could you give him at middleweight?
I don't know. But yeah, you're right. It's it's rough. So, all right, Claudio. Joaquin Silva. Jim, this is the worst UFC Noche card. We have a Claudio Puelles sighting.
Here's the good thing. This fight will be fun. At least. These they're not good fighters. I think this fight will be a fun fight.
I would love for you to be right and me to be wrong. I don't think Joaquin Silva is very good. Loses to Jakar Close, and to be honest, he didn't look very good. Beats Clay Guida, loses to Saruki. By the way, what did this guy do to fight Jesse Ronson, Clay Guida, and in between Arman Sarukian? I don't think he's very good. I don't know what he does great. Claudio Puelles, we know, is going to go for takedowns. He's going to go for the grappling. In that fight that was embarrassing against Dan Hooker, he looked a lot better against Ziam, took a lot of time off. Still can't strike for shit, but he did take Ziam down, did control him. I think this is a boring fight, and I think it's Claudio Puelles, sadly. I think he just holds Joaquin Silva down and does enough to win in a terribly boring fight. I disagree that it's going to be fun. But I have Claudio Puelles in what is Dana White's worst nightmare, is Claudio Puelles getting a win on UFC Noche with some grappling and some takedowns. What do you think?
We're going to do something live right now. If you could you go on Claudio Puelles' Instagram, please?
Really? Okay.
Really?
Going
I'm dead serious.
Claudio Puelles' Instagram,
yes.
Okay? All right. So break down the fight. I'm going to go.
A post from 3 days ago.
Okay.
So you can figure out which one it is.
Start
Claudio
breaking down
Puelles.
this fight. Okay.
Joaquim Silva, I have questions about the cardio when it comes to grappling. I know on the feet that he could hang, but I don't believe that he's going to be able to keep up with Puelles if Puelles gets the grappling going. We've seen Puelles hurt. We've seen him fall down, but he always in his fights like he's hurt. What was the one with leg kicks where his leg was just beat to living hell, and I couldn't believe it went the distance. The guy has all the upside in the world. It's the question of heart and fight IQ. It's a question of aggression. He loses his aggression at times in fights when things don't go his way. I like Puelles in this fight, and there's a big reason that I like Puelles because I think that his doctor is better than Joaquim Silva's doctor.
Okay, I'm looking here.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm looking at these training videos of Claudio Puelles, and I'm looking at what his body looked like prior.
Oh, wow. This
and
man
now
is on
the man
all the
looks like a
vitamins.
middleweight. Yes.
He is on all the
Yes.
vitamins.
Yes.
You are not kidding. Holy.
I'm not going to take all the credit for this.
Laying the farm on Puelles. Laying the farm on Claudio right now.
Now, here's the thing. Silva could have the same doctor. We don't know what he's going to show up like. I'm not going to take credit for this because I know you're going to roast me in the comments. Shout out to Clint and the Die Hard. They brought this up with his guest on there. I forget who the other guest was. And I went and looked, and I can confirm it looks to me like Puelles is ready to go in this spot here. I like Puelles a lot.
Good Lord. Yeah, that's all that
He looks huge.
He does not look like
huge.
on Instagram compared to what he looks like in his last fight. Okay. Great call.
So if
Great
he
call.
shows up to weigh-ins looking, he's got to make weight now, right?
Okay.
If he shows up looking like this, I'm all in on Puelles.
Okay.
Again, I don't believe Joaquim Silva is very good. I agree.
Okay. Moving on to Tatiana Suarez and Amanda Lemos. Real quick, guys. Right now, at the time of recording this, we don't have official UFC plays up. When we do, they will be up at Wager Talk. But what we do have is our NFL props and parlays pack for NFL Week 2. 8-6 last week. I love that winning percentage. I love that record. It's not a losing record, and it's sustainable. I was talking to Corbin earlier. What's terrifying is if you go 12-2, because you know what's coming the very next week. So we,
2-12.
Yes, exactly. So we are very happy with that 8-6, and we look to continue that in Week 2. We got some really good reads, and any play that we get for NFL Sunday, Monday, all of it's going to be included in that. We had 14 plays in last week's pack, so I would expect 10, maybe 12 for Sunday and Monday combined. But you get the NFL props pack, only one price, and you get every single props and parlay pack. So, all right, let's move on to Tatiana Suarez and Amanda Lemos. Tatiana Suarez was gracious enough to make us a shitload of money in her last fight. I mean, just a lot of money.
You know when they ask you what you would do if you could go back in time?
Yeah, this was like having the Back to the Future sports thing. We called that fight to a T. Now she's fighting Amanda Lemos. You remember when you asked me live what I thought the odds were going to be on? I was like, oh, I don't know, even. And you were like, well, Amanda Lemos is plus 320. That is batshit crazy, Jim. That is absolutely insane. Let's start with Tatiana Suarez and why we bet against her last time and why we think this is going to be a dangerous proposition if you're laying this much juice on her.
She's got no striking. I mean, that's all this comes down to. The injuries
are
just the injury list is really, it's sad. It's what it is. It's not. We're not trying to make it like worse than it really is. What she's had to go through is really sad. Her prime years of her career and her prime physical ability was taken away from her due to injury. And it sucks because she was somebody years ago that we were really excited to see. And that showing against Wei Li just affirmed everything that we thought about Tatiana.
She wasn't even the best wrestler in that fight.
No, she wasn't. This is a different animal against Lemos, but I do believe that Lemos poses a lot of the same problems as Wei Li. The difference between Lemos and Wei Li is that when Lemos hits Suarez, it's going to really fucking hurt. Okay? Wei Li, not necessarily a one-shot knockout one-hitter quitter. Lemos is good jiu-jitsu-wise defensively. Not great. The thing that's scaring me off this, and the only reason that I have not bet Amanda Lemos already, is the fact that we've seen her held down. So if she does something stupid and falls to her back and Suarez gets on top, I don't believe she's going anywhere. Tati's going to be right on top of her. There's no way in hell I'm laying this money on Suarez.
It's crazy.
But I can't bet Lemos just yet. I need to find something to get me over that hump because just that one takedown might be all she needs. That one slip and fall. But it's Tatiana Suarez is 10-1. You would think record-wise this line would make sense, but we all know from watching her fight she should not be this much of a favorite against anybody in this division.
I agree. Her legs, her takedowns, the wrestling. You can only wrestle for so long. Just ask Bo Nickel, Carl Williams. The wrestling just ends up not being there. And as good as Tatiana Suarez used to be at wrestling, she's just not there. And I was on, you know me, man, I was on Lemos against Lucindo. And she won the first 2 rounds, but you're right. She got taken down and held down in the third round. So there's concerns all around. I would just say be careful on this one. I'm not going to bet it either way, but it's dog or pass, in my opinion. So, speaking of dog, Jesus Aguilar against Luis Gurule. Jesus Aguilar has got that damn dog in him, man. Absolutely got that dog in him. You just keep putting Jesus Aguilar out at plus money. I'm just going to keep betting him. This guy lost to Rafael Estevam and Tatsuro Taira. And they're like, well, who is he beaten? It's like, well, who has he lost to? You put him up against a guy that has questionable cardio and questionable decision-making, I'm going to take Aguilar. Allow me to introduce you to Luis Gurule, who won a split decision against Nick Piccinini, who Dana hates, didn't want to give a contract to, put him up against Luis Gurule, hoping he was going to lose in dramatic fashion, and Luis barely beat him. So then he goes, looked good in the first round. I got tired. My striking defense fell off a cliff, and I got knocked out by Odie Osborne, who is one of the kings of making bad decisions in the ring. We'll get to Cedric Dumas, I promise. This card
is something else, man.
Yeah, it really is. It's just bad.
It writes itself.
They might. You know what they should do? They should have this at 3 a.m. because that's when bad decisions are made, and that's what most of these guys are going to do. Jesus Aguilar's the pick. You're going to have to survive a tough first round. Jesus Aguilar gets Gurule on the ground in rounds 2 and 3. Don't be surprised if all of a sudden Aguilar's wrapping up a submission or he's ground and pounding or doing something. Aguilar's small for this. He's going to look small, but he's going to fight for every penny you bet on him. I'm just not sure Gurule is going to be there in the second or third round. Striking in first round is going to be Luis. After that, you're taking your money into your own hands by betting on Luis. Jesus Aguilar by submission is an interesting play. Jesus Aguilar by something on the ground is an interesting play. I don't know. You give me Jesus Aguilar at plus money against a guy that doesn't check all the boxes with cardio and good decision making. I'm taking Aguilar all day. What do you think?
Jesus Aguilar by guillotine.
By guillotine. He's got that dog in him. Got that dog in him.
2.
Okay.
It's everything you just said. Aguilar's got a big old head. Getting that guillotine locked in is going to be easy, and Aguilar's got a very good.
Gurule's got the big head.
He's got the big head. He's got a nice hook. You can get that head deep into your armpit. It's nice and round. You get a good grip on it. Those guys with thin heads are tough to submit because they can wiggle them out like long neck. This guy, again, you said cardio's deep in question. You know that Aguilar is going to stay in his face. He's going to make him work. If he survives the firefight, he is going to roll round 2 and 3. I don't believe Gurule can win 2 and 3 against
Yeah.
this guy. I think he's just going to be like a dog on a bone. Single legs up against the fence, just a dog on a bone in this fight.
Just like a gnat at a
Yep.
campfire. You're just like,
go away.
God, yeah, there's a fucking that's Aguilar's all over me. Yeah, we're
Speaking of two guys that don't have that
man.
dog in them.
All right, wow. Zach Reese and Cedric Dumas. I'll let you go first on this one, Jimbo.
So this is my big outside of the cage breakdown for the night here. I'm sure you guys have heard. Cedric Dumas has been in trouble with the law for years and years and years. He now says that he's broke. He has, $53 in his account or $13. He puts a picture of it up. It's just, again, this guy he gets chance after chance. And I believe he's got another contract now with the UFC. So, they're
Crazy.
keeping this guy around, but he's facing jail time. It's just, how in the world?
Jail time, not Jailton Almeida.
Yeah, not jail
time.
Jail time. He is not going to be 100% there. So you're going to get two options here. He's going to come in and say, I need the money. So the first sign
I need fight of the night.
he's out. Or he's going to come in and say, I got to let this all hang out, and I'm going to go blast Zachary Reese, who's not that good. Now, Zach Reese, another glass cannon that is great at leading the dance and horrible nail, absolutely horrible nail. Somebody's getting put out in this fight. This fight not to go. Either Dumas goes after Reese from the start, and if he gets it, great. If he doesn't get it, that gas tank of Dumas is going to be gone. And we're probably looking at Reese by submission because he'll have no problem going to the ground with it. If Reese decides to come out and make it a firefight, he's going to either smoke him, which we've seen Zach Reese do, which he's not. He's going to play it safe, and I think he's going to get clipped. I wouldn't be shocked to see Dumas win. I can't bet on either of these guys. Give me this fight not to go. Give me the under 2.5. This is a total under just because of outside of the cage issues on the Dumas side. Dumas, not dumbass. Dumas.
Alessandro Costa and Alden Coria. Congratulations on knocking out world champion Ponce. He's 4-7. I love Alessandro Costa. I've had a good read on him. He lost to Mir Albazi in his UFC debut, which I believe was short notice, and he was going toe-to-toe with Albazi. He got knocked out in the third. He was going toe-to-toe with him. Loses to Urseg. I don't know what to make of that loss. I really don't, because we look at Steve Urseg, who basically should have lost to Odie Osborne, but before that, he loses to a murderous row of Moreno, France, Pantoja. But, he beats Schnell and he beats Costa. I don't know what to make of this. Nukes Jimmy Flick and Nukes Kevin Borjas. I'm a Costa fan. I know he's strong. I know he hits hard. Limited upside, I guess. But this just feels like a big ass for Alden Coria. I've watched Coria fight. I just don't know what I can take away from him, beating this Chris Ocon, by punches or, beating a 2-1 guy. Coria's got pretty good skills. I do like his striking. I think it's pretty good. Good enough against Alessandro Costa? No, and Costa's a big favorite, minus 455. I'm going Costa by finish, man. I think he gets it done. I think he makes a statement at UFC Noche. So, one of my favorite bets on this card is going to be Alessandro Costa to get the win by finish. What say you?
Agree with everything you said. I agree by finish.
Oh, nice.
I think Costa is completely set up to succeed in this fight. This Cora, again, unranked. We're seeing a couple of these guys.
Yeah.
It's just the guy is a great fighter. I like Costa. In his losses, too, he never really looks like he doesn't belong in the UFC.
That's a great point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he
Albazi
belongs.
going toe-to-toe. Like he looked like he belonged.
You belong. You do. If you go toe-to-toe with Amir Albazi, you belong in the UFC. I don't see that from Cora in his fights. even in his wins. I just don't see it where it's like we gotta have this guy. He's gotta be there. Kind of like Dana says on Contender. Like,
Do I gotta have you?
I don't gotta have you. No, I'll take Costa.
All right. Elise Pereira against Montserrat Rendon.
Should we do the service bulletin right now to start?
It tricked me up, man.
Tricked a lot of people up.
This got all of us.
Everybody.
This is not Alex Pereira's sister.
No.
Her name is Aline, Aline. This is 19-year-old Elise Pereira, and I will just say there's a video out there of her dancing with a certain female celebrity in UFC. I would just encourage everyone to just watch it. Watch it alone. Over and over and over again. Listen, I've watched her. I'm not impressed. I've seen her knock girls out. I've seen her lay on top of girls for a long time and do absolutely nothing. She's raw. I don't even know what to make of her. I don't even know what to make of Rendon. I have nothing in this fight, so I will just ask you, do you have anything? Because I can't tell you one thing that I think is that I feel confident is gonna happen in this fight. You could tell me KO first round. You could tell me boring hump session for 3 rounds where everyone's bored out of their minds. I have nothing in this fight. What about you?
So Pereira is gonna look to strike.
You'd hope.
She doesn't have an option. I'm not seeing anything from her grappling game. We haven't seen her grappling game. Here's the big red flag on Pereira, besides not being Alex Pereira's sister, is that there are 2 of those nice little yellow triangles on her Tapology page. Fights flagged for legitimacy. We're talking the UFC level.
Oh, okay.
On Pereira, you saw him, right?
Did they delete them already?
No, they're right there. Scroll down. See the triangle?
Oh, no, they didn't delete them. Record ineligible.
Yeah. So a 1-6 fighter, and the one ineligible. Who's this Husana Eni? Let's click on her for a second.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
So we can take 2 of those wins away. Then we're looking at very, very small sample size. This girl is a striker. Rendon, I don't believe, is a good fighter. This is going to look like a really low-level match for as long as it lasts. I wouldn't be shocked to see Rendon end up on top of Pereira, and then
Agreed.
Now what? Like, the bottom line with this fight is if you have to bet anything, which you shouldn't, you're just taking plus money and you're hoping that it sticks. You don't lay any kind of chalk in this fight at all. Even the time props. Go the distance or not. Like, both of these girls could make a mistake. Mm-hmm. There's no value on anything. They just take the plus money or just don't freaking bet it. Move on. Again, UFC Noche. Great matchups. Gotta love it.
All right. You want to move on to the Ultimate Fighter?
Yes, I do.
It's Donchenko by murder, right?
I love Donchenko.
He's great. We're
I
big
think
fans.
he's UFC ready.
Okay.
Rodrigo, I got questions about his last fight, if he won it, first of all. He's going to want to push the grappling, but God, Donchenko has just he's got good defense in the grappling, and God, does he swing to hurt you. Like, he is a fighter's fighter.
Yeah.
So I like him in the spot. We saw the upset in the last one. Ultimate Fighter is always kind of like 1-1, right? Like, you get that one that's like, oh, shocking win. And then the other one, like, the other guy gets blasted by the one everybody thinks. I like Donchenko. I think he's live for the finish. I think Rodrigo can slow down in the second and the third. Give me Donchenko by finish.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm terrified of it after the insane last Ultimate Fighter, where the guy who was the big favorite came out and looked like complete booty. So, all right, let's do it, Jim. Let's do the Parlay Buster and the Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda. I'll go first with my Parlay Buster. I got Tatiana Suarez as a no-brainer Parlay Buster. Is that where you were going?
No, but I like the pick.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
No, I definitely like the pick. I can't tell if they're the underdog or not. I do feel like people are going to fade Kelvin. So I seriously do. I think a lot of people are going to think that Kelvin is washed. I don't believe that he's washed in this matchup, for sure. What is the line on that fight right now, actually? Ooh, come on.
I don't know. Gastelum, Stoltzfus? Yeah. Give us a juicy one. What's everybody going to be on? What's everyone going to be on?
See, I don't know, man. This is a tricky one for me.
That's a great point. What is everyone going to be on?
Like, these fights are so... I think the margins are so small in a lot of these fights.
Fair.
I really do.
Fair.
I mean, is everybody going to bet Diego Lopes?
No.
Have him tied, like, because it's Noche? Or are they all going to say,
no.
We're fighting Noche,
you're right.
there's 3, so it's Silva? I'll go Dusko.
I love
There
it.
you go.
That's a great
Dusko
one.
shouldn't be favored against a wet blanket in an MMA fight.
All right. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. You already know mine. Mine's the easiest one. Kang Lee fighting a 21-year-old. At short notice. I think they're feeding
the 21-year-old.
fading the 21-year-old that's not ready to get wrestled by a guy who's had 3 UFC fights. He's been in there against Chris Gutierrez and Bolaños, who he dog walked. That's my woulda, coulda, shoulda. Plus money, Jim. Plus money.
I'm gonna go Claudio Puelles. I think these guys are gonna meet in the center of the octagon, and we're gonna go, oh God, oh God, and we're gonna realize how bad Silva is. He's old.
And how juiced up Claudio
is. And we're going to say, why didn't we lay the farm on the guy taking all the good vitamins?
All of a sudden, Claudio's striking, just like...
His chin holds up.
Like
leg kicks don't affect him at all. Cardio's great.
That's a good one.
He's
That's a good one.
Blood off his gloves after.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here's the testosterone we've been missing.
Yes. It's a good one. All right, Claudio juiced up Puelles as the woulda, coulda, shoulda. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to grab the NFL props and parlays pack. If we have any UFC official plays, we will put those up. I will be live. Jim, you're gone on Saturday, correct?
I'm gone. Yep.
Go on vacation, baby.
So.
Okay. I will be live for Takedown Live, so we'll be doing live bets as well. So thank you so much for joining us, and Jim, I'll just leave everybody with this.
There we go. The Nina curse. Can we say the Nina curse here?
It might be the Nina curse. So.
I mean, I will say this about this fight. When you're looking at physical athleticism, it's Pereira all day over Rendon.
I just would love to see it a little bit more. Like her last fight, it just looked terrible. So anyway, we'll see. All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. Hit the like button. Leave us a comment in the comment section. Good luck on your plays and take care.
Good luck, guys.